Well, hello and welcome once again to Culture Cove right here on Hued Network. As always, we have a lot in store for you today. We'll be diving straight in because we don't want to waste any time. We don't want to keep you away from all the goodies we have in store for you. As always, culture is about the people. Also, Culture Cove has a number of people. I am Amadine Oberi, but I'm not here alone. I have to my far right, I have Paul Oladipupo. The Oba, or what's your nickname for today now?
Oba King. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Oluwadam Lola from Ilesha, Osun State, here in Nigeria. We're bringing priestly, royalty into the show, and that's what I do here, and that's why I'm here. If not for me, there won't be any. Okay, maybe you.
Please, do not besmirch our guests and our people here. But maybe we should all be taking this kind of introduction. Maybe next time I'll give you all my accolades, my history, my ancestry. But before then, let's bring in others here. We have Omokafe Dennis. Omokafe, how are you doing?
I'm fine, thank you. Unlike Paul, I'm not going to go about blowing my own trumpet. So, hello.
Don't worry. We know who blows it for you. That's how you know royalty. They don't blow it for themselves.
I don't blow it for myself.
If you don't blow your trumpets, nobody will blow them for you.
No, the king doesn't need that. Others will always do that for you. Okay. But it's fine. We'll find out more. Now, for our special guest in the house, she is an expert in tourism. She's an archaeologist. She's an advocate for the SDGs and basically all things tourism, talking about Matilda Chidimma, also known as Lady Tilda. Nice welcome. Welcome to the show.
Good afternoon, everyone.
It's good to have you. How are you doing today?
I'm fine, thank you.
Are you overwhelmed?
Don't be shy.
I'm not shy. Let's say I'm anxious.
Okay.
No,
we don't do that here. We don't do that here.
Feel free.
Safe space in the NGO.
Yeah,
exactly. It's safe space.
And also, tourism is welcoming others, right? So in a way, assuming we're a new place for you, you are the tourist and we're the ones welcoming you, right?
Yeah.
Are we trying?
Very.
Thank you. I tried.
We have a space in the tourism field now. We'll apply soon.
Anyway,
so let's go straight into it. We have three segments, as always, three major segments. What has been happening in recent times. Second segment, taking a look at what's happening in the arts, music, movies, fashion, and the likes. And then finally, we take a spotlight at a specific culture. So let's start with what happened recently. We had the UN CAF meeting, basically, UN tourism. And it happened right here in Abuja, basically a historical meeting about the 68th one, if I'm not mistaken, happened right here, just a stone's throw away. We'll take a look at what that entailed and we'll talk about it and what tourism has to offer for Africa. Don't go anywhere. Nigeria recently hosted the 68th meeting of the UN Tourism Commission for Africa, bringing delegates from across the continent to Abuja. The event was declared open by Vice President Kashim Shettima, who represented the President, Bola Tinubu. It focused on boosting African tourism through innovation, investment, and collaboration. The UN Tourism Secretary General, Zurab Pololishkavili, praised Africa's progress and growing investor interest.
5 years, tourism has welcomed more than 2,000 announced greenfield projects, total $125.6 billion in capital investment. Our sector is growing as an investment destination. Of those 2,000 projects, 101 were announced here in Africa, and the total $6.7 billion. Main investment destinations countries in Africa were Morocco, Tanzania, Tunisia, Kenya, and Nigeria.
In his opening remarks, Vice President Kashim Shettima emphasized stronger partnerships between governments and the private sector to build a dynamic, sustainable tourism sector.
Any force for tourism in Africa, one thing is clear. The government cannot build the sector alone. It needs a partnership with the private sector. The sector is growing complexity and opportunities.
On our part, the Minister of Arts, Culture, Tourism and the Creative Economy, Hannatu Musa Musawa, announced new initiatives to attract investment and increase interest in African destinations.
To start this transformation could be harnessing visa policies across the continent, possibly expanding the African Union Passport Initiative, launching a pan-African tourism campaign that reflects our hospitality, our diversity, safety and readiness to make tourists feel the African vibe. Prioritizing investment in green and sustainable tourism models that safeguard our environment and the heritage, while in parallel support economic growth and enhancing training and capacity building programs to develop a professional and empowered tourism workforce.
The day two of the event spotlighted the role of culture, digital innovation, and skill development. Seychelles Minister of Tourism, Louis Radegonde, called for deeper investment beyond infrastructure. Also speaking, AFDB's Dr. Abdul Kamara stressed the need to build human capacity.
Is the element of culture, local culture, in that. So look at how many times if you ever use local musicians, how many times if you ever provide local food, where in the hotel you have arts and craft of the country, and it goes towards the final overall. To digital education. Of course, we recognize that Africa's very youthful and growing population has a huge potential to be a transformative asset for the continent.
In the same vein, the founder of Akwaba Travel Market Nigeria, Mr. Ikechi Uko, urged the adoption of digital skills in tourism like those used in entertainment.
We need help from ADB, from the government, and from UNWTO, because not only do we need to skill up, we need access, we need understanding. Yes.
The discussions emphasized local culture, digital literacy, and entrepreneurship as key to Africa's tourism growth. Now is the time to turn ideas into action. Let's invest, collaborate, and build a stronger African tourism sector together. Indeed, together. Because of time, let's go straight into it, Matilda. What do you see that event, and what are your key takeaways as to how we can take our tourism sector from where it is to where it should be?
First of all, let me say Nigeria is, will I say lucky, or we are at a very big place for us to be hosting the conference.
Yes.
It's like a big achievement. Of all countries in Africa, Nigeria was selected.
Yeah.
But basically, just like the Secretary General, the speech he gave, he said something. And one of the things he said was youthful involvement. The tourism sector in Nigeria, what we need currently is, aside from money, investment, we need workforce. And that comes from the youth. Yeah. The AI and every other thing is, I say second, but any other thing you need, because the creativity, the innovation, they are all the works of a person, the mind. And the youth, that's where we come to play. Nigeria will, let me use Nigeria as a case study. If we decide to start marketing our products tomorrow, it's not going to be something the old are going to do for us. It's something we, the young ones, are supposed to do. So the market's supposed to be open to fit everyone, not just the government sector now, because the vice president also said it. Government alone can't do it. We also need public to come in, and the public and private sector to come in and play along or to join.
But quickly, what's one thing or something you spot other countries are doing well that you feel we could emulate?
We need to encourage private participation. Let me just give that one. Because the policies Nigeria have doesn't really make it easy for private startups. Sincerely, I'm going to
tourism.
tell you. Yes. There are many rules, there are many policies, there are many things you need to abide by. It's not really easy in the market. I'm very sure there are many private startups out there. I'm very, very sure. But maybe along the line, they give up. Or along the line, it seems as if it's not really working out for them. So let's start with making the market conducive for private marketers to come in.
Indeed.
Like, I mean, for me, just to add to what you said, it's really important that we try to look into ways that we see that we embrace ourselves, we show more of ourselves. Because one of the things that tourists look out for are things that are original to a particular region.
Indeed.
I mean, they don't want to see things that they've been seeing in their own side of the world. They want to see something different. I mean, there was this very interesting video of a woman who was, I think she was pounding yam or so, and there were tourists in front of her, and they thought that she was making music, and then they started clapping. It's those kind of things that interest them to see how things are being done locally.
Even what Mr. Kamara said about perhaps hotels where tourists might frequent. What is it displaying there? Are we seeing American culture, Western culture? Or are we seeing culture about the indigenous people? So, what do you have to say about this?
For me, I think I would like to summarize everything in one particular sentence: social corporate responsibility. I think it's high time we ourselves to not really just look at the government for them to do everything. It's our own responsibility to live right, to attract people to our country.
Indeed.
That's just it. Because if the government is just doing everything and you as a citizen, you're just sitting down, absolutely nothing is going to happen.
Yeah, because
we all need to get, we need to work together.
Yeah, if we're even talking about percentages, the government is only a very tiny percent of the entire people. So it's the peoples, their cultures that people would love to come and see, be a part of. So we are all, at the end of the day, cultural ambassadors. But we've run out of time now. So we'll go on a quick break. When we return, we'll delve into our second segment. Don't go anywhere.
Keep watching. Please keep watching Culture Cove on Hued Network.
Welcome back. This is still Culture Cove. Now let's delve into what's happening in recent times as regards to music, movies, and fashion and all of that. Paul, what's the latest for us today?
Well, today we're bringing all of these things into one particular place. I'm taking it down. I'm taking you on a trip. Usually, it's only me that takes everyone on a trip on this show. Like, who else does that? Nobody.
I can start taking.
Did you hear?
You can, but you've not. But I'm taking you guys to Turkey right there, where usually they have this tulip festival that is regarded as the Istanbul Tulip Festival, and it's always a very interesting one because it's the announcement of a new season, the spring season, and it's usually the whole of April, basically, from April 1st down to the 31st day of April. It's a series of events laid down by the government, and it's always one that is very engaging to everyone, and it's a sign that spring has started as well. It also shows the rich culture of the tulip that they have, with several flower patterns that are usually created in several places there in Istanbul. Also, we see here and there different type of art exhibitions, photography competitions, different kind of workshop as well, to train people as well to know all of this. And usually, there are usually this just like a small board with a QR code that you could scan, and also they also have some detailed things about all of these things. You see them, and there are different patterns. Usually, there are over 30 million tulips that are usually planted, and it's always very beautiful. I mean,
I always say any culture that deals with environmental sustainability is always so amazing.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Is the word ecotourism, or this is not specifically ecotourism?
It is. And it's even fascinating how the series is in Turkey.
Yes.
Like a nation would just decide that something as
little as a
flower
can
do something it goes on. It goes on to show the evolution in tourism. Yeah. Because in Nigeria we have something like that can be likened to this, the Arugungu Festival in KB.
Yes, in KB.
We have something like that. The festival, currently now, whenever they are having that festival, people come in. It's just that it's missing some things, but it's on its way there.
Yeah.
Then we also have the Calabar Carnival. I think Calabar Carnival is one of the biggest in Africa. Street
carnival.
Yes, it is. So these are Istanbul flower
tulips.
Tulip Festival,
Seriously, when I heard about it, I was like, it was like my first time.
Yeah.
Oh.
I had to go online. I was like, seriously, people will travel, people will go miles just to go and see.
Yes.
It's
Usually, I really wish there was like a aerial shot of it. It's really very beautiful, and it creates different patterns with it, different images in some cases.
Nature
and it's-
intertwining.
Exactly.
seriously.
You know how I always want to relate, other cultures to Nigeria's culture? I think these people even like party more than the Yorubas. Because every time they say, oh, the Yorubas are the ones who like a lot of party, but how do you declare an entire month to celebrate
Seriously.
flowers?
Yeah.
And you say Yoruba people
And
like
I think
the-
I think what maybe the part of the message here is that any little thing can become something massive.
Yes, massive.
Because if it could be a flower, and the thing is tulips are not alien, or they are not. What's the word now? They are not.
They're not specific to that
they're
region.
not foreign to Turkey. So it's something they have, and they just use it. It's just like so. Same thing with us. There are some things that you might have that you personally, while you are around it. As some people call it familiarity, you feel it's everywhere.
It's
you know?
everywhere.
I
Like
mean,
kilishi. Our guest the other day, he was like, you might stay 3 months, you don't buy kilishi. But then a foreigner comes in from outside.
and it's a
and
cultural experience.
that's what he wants to eat. He's asking you, where can I get this?
Even within us here in Nigeria, back then when I was in school, and if my friend would come from Abuja, you have to come with kilishi. Because
Of course,
that's what
if
it's
you're
for.
not bringing it, you're missing.
You're missing.
Yes.
There was this there.
And there's a flower, sorry to cut you, it's not a flower, more like a herb. Colloquially amongst us, it's called the Awolowo leaf. Has anyone heard about that?
No, I've not.
Anyway, it is alleged to have, let me not go into what it might be before someone takes out of context. But you see that it seems like a regular weed, but there's this little culture around it where people say, this thing, is very... So imagine building something around that. The way you portray it will make more people come in.
Economic benefits too.
Indeed.
Like, I mean, I had this friend from, I think, Egypt. Yeah, we had lunch together sometime, and then we're going around because there were a number of trucks there with so many food and all of that. And then he had several options of different kind of food, and it was like it is suya he wants to eat. Immediately he said that, I was like, don't try to go to suya. The pepper is like, no, it's that suya that I want to eat. And he actually tried it and he enjoyed the suya.
The pepper did not make his face go red.
So the thing is
It
that
was at night, not afternoon.
It was at night,
Okay,
and then
because it's part of the experience.
it has to
And
be
the
at night.
flavor, it has to
The
be at night.
night is an important ingredient.
ingredient.
Very, very important. And then I had to tell the guy who was praying that ensure that the pepper is very, very, very mild.
Yeah.
Exactly. And he really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Indeed. Well, that's how we round off this segment. That's what's happening around the world now. We'll go on a quick break. When we return, we'll delve into our special culture of the day. Don't go anywhere.
Keep watching. Please keep watching Culture Cove on Hued Network.
All right, welcome back. It's our final segment of the day. Let's take a look at a special culture. Let's spotlight it and see what it's all about. So Amokafe will be doing that for us today.
Hello, thank you for giving me the opportunity. Unlike Paul, who does not go around thanking people, I do. Anyway, today we're going to Namibia. It's an African country, and it's in Southern Africa actually. And we're going to be talking about their children traditions, their childbirth traditions, sorry to say. When it comes to childbirth traditions, the Himba tribe, which is in the northern part of Namibia, what they do is the fact that when you conceive a child, the first thing you go to do as the mother of the child, you go to sit under a tree. And then you stay there, you meditate, you calm down, you chase away every distraction. If there's one tree coming, blowing in your ears, you tell it to go away. I want to receive something from my child. And that thing for their child is called a song. Now, this song is very similar to the Yoruba Oriki, where I'm sure this our Oba here has he has one. So it's a special song that is gotten for the child. Now this is a mother and this is her child. Now this woman this Himba woman who is from the northern part of Namibia, what she does is that she got a song for this particular child, which she sang or she taught the father. And then after that time, what they go to do is that they sing, they learn that song. And another twist to this their culture is the fact that unlike us where it is the day you're giving birth to. That's the day they start to count. Okay, the next year you turn 1. Once the mother knows that she has conceived of a child, it's over. That is the day the child starts to count. So let's say I was giving birth to maybe 1990 now, and then, but no, my mother conceived me in 1989. So it is from 1989 they start to count my birthday. So Paul, you are a very old man, like, very old. If you were giving birth to in Namibia,
it's just 9 months now. Come on. But it's actually very wonderful to see something like this, and it's exactly very unique. It's very different.
That's the beauty of culture.
Exactly. Funny enough, here in Nigeria, we also usually will have songs that we sing to our babies when they are crying and things like that, but they are not usually specific for a child. But there's sometimes that you create some. I remember for my younger brother here, we created this kind of rhythm that we always always sing for him anytime he's crying, and then anytime he hears it, it calms down. And then that's actually how it is here as well. They create a song for the child. And the interesting thing for me is the fact that even as the child grows up, you still sing that song for that child
at any moment of their life.
So it's more like this child does something good, you sing the song for him. He does something bad. In fact, that one is even more elaborate. You call the whole community members, put him in the middle, and then he starts singing for him. And then he remembers the son of who he is, and then he comes back to
now that's the entire essence of it.
So I believe the songs are more specific. And personally, when I hear stuff like this, I like to think about the practical aspects. Yes. So assuming I was in Namibia and Omokafe is annoying me, I'll call her mom. What's her song? And then I start, displaying all of that. So it's interesting. I wonder you have to think about this, Matilda.
Like I said, it's unique. It's very, very unique. Every culture has that special ingredients that make them what they are, that distinguishes them from other tribes. Well, what can I say? We learn every day.
Yes, it's a culture shock for you.
It is.
Indeed.
It still is. And I don't want to believe everything. Although for me, I deal with evidence. As an archaeologist,
maybe you need to travel.
Yeah, because
to Namibia.
This particular
tribe, Himba.
Yes, they are very popular for a lot of things. A lot, like their culture, they hold on to their culture a lot. Even with the coming of technology and everything, they've been unaffected by it.
Yes.
So for me, I feel this intangible aspect of their culture. Yes, we call it intangible.
Yeah, intangible culture. Yeah.
It's something that I feel we need to put out there.
Indeed.
Because in Yoruba, I know Yoruba, the Sayeke, the whatever.
Yeah, they have their wiki. Like everybody, like in Yoruba, for example, everybody has their wiki. So usually there's a traditional name that is given to you. Mine, for example, I won't say it on here.
You will say
everyone has their own. So usually with your name, it has the wiki that is being said with it. And also there's also one that comes with your family.
Indeed.
There's also one that comes
amazing.
with the area.
During ceremonies,
exactly.
they sing it. It's just like it's probably might not be as unique as this one,
exactly.
but we have it here.
We've actually run out of time now, so let's take our final item of the day. We'll take a look at our wise saying of the day. We just want you to help us with that, and then we will get some interpretations and what we think about all of this as it goes on. So let's take a look at that now. We'll come back and talk about it. All right, Matilda, can you take that for us, please?
Better soup, na money killer.
Bam. Even tell me the bam.
So very quickly, what are our thoughts on that?
It is what it is.
It is what it is.
Indeed, you have to spend money to get something good. You have to. If you don't work for it, it's not really worth it.
Yes.
I think if you don't work for it, it's not really worth it.
Indeed.
Better soup, na money killer.
Cafe, what do you say?
I like to give a practical example. Let's say, for example, you're learning how to make hair. Now, if you don't spend sleepless nights practicing on your own doll and you're just, basing yourself on what your madam or your oga has taught you, forget it. You're not going to be as good as the next person. Simple.
Indeed.
Well, I think I'll take it a bit further, because you might have the money, you might have all of the ingredients to make the soup, but if you are not skilled, that soup will not come out nice. I will literally buy the same ingredients, you buy the same ingredients, but if you are not as skilled as me, because I'm so skilled, there's no way your soup is going to be better than mine, and that's it. So it's not just, it goes beyond having just the money to spend on the soup.
Yeah.
It's also important to acquire the skills.
I want to agree, but I also want to disagree.
Okay. Take me
What
there.
I'll say is that maybe money in this case, because what I see is that whatever is going to be good, invest in it.
Yes.
But that investment doesn't necessarily have to be money.
Yeah.
So when you're talking about
time.
skills, you invested time to get those skills.
Yes.
You invested your sweat and your hard work.
True.
Now, you can't just invest money alone and think you can get it. But on the flip side, if you have those skills and you still don't want to add your money to it,
You can use your money.
there's going to still be issues. So let's invest everything we have for what we need and forget the best out of it. So that's how we end the program for today. It's been a pleasure. Thank you, Cafe. Thank you, Matilda. Thank you, Paul. It's been a great one.
Me.
See you next time. Bye for now. I am Amadine Oberin.